Hey y'all, welcome to TXC Tells All, or welcome back if you're one of our subscribers. So today, this video is for my law school students. It is 2022 and the summer is quickly approaching. So y'all, what are you doing to get ready for these summer internships? If you need some tips on how to get your summer internships, what you should be doing right now in January to prepare, watch this video till the end. I'm going to be giving you 5 tips on getting ready for having a good, hopefully paid summer internship that you want that's going to, catapult you into the next steps of your legal career. So, if you need some tips on that or you just want to find out some information on how to secure that law summer internship, watch this video. If you like it, make sure you hit that like button and also hit subscribe. TXC posts new videos every single week. Y'all. So let's jump right into this. So the first thing you need to be thinking about for your summer 2022 legal internships, if you're a law school student, is location, right? A lot of us go to law school where in places where we are not from, we travel to get the best legal education or take advantage of opportunities or just to be in a different place and see somewhere different, somewhere where you may want to at least start your legal career, right? But that doesn't mean that you have to do a summer internship in that place. So for me, if you watch any of my other videos, me and Larita went to law school in the District of Columbia. So in DC, we were out there. Both of us were not from there. I'm from New York. Larita is from New Jersey. So we went out there specifically for law school. Now, I will tell you personally, I decided to do all of my internships in DC because it just worked out easier for me. I had housing there at the time, and when in the summer I just stayed and did my legal internships and also took summer classes. So it allowed me to do both. I took summer classes at my law school, I TA'd, and then I also did my legal internships right there in DC. But be honest with you, DC was a great place to do internships because there were so many opportunities on the private side and in the government sector. But what if you go to law school in a place that you may not see yourself staying after law school, or you just want to see something different in the summer? Now's the time to start thinking about that with your summer 2022 legal internships, whether you're a 1L, a 2, or a 2L, or even a 3L. I mean, some people, are thinking about doing another internship or law clerk position before they go into their job after they graduate 3L year. So this applies to all. If you are thinking about doing a summer internship, or if you haven't thought about it yet, this video is for you too, because now is the time to start thinking about it. It's January. You still have time to secure a summer internship for this summer 2022. Start planning now. Location, location, location. So what are the things that you want to think about? Location, if it's not where your law school is now, where do you want to be? Do you like the city? What are the prices for rent? Can you sublet in that city? These are all things that you have to think about when you think about location. So don't just say, oh, I go to school in DC. It would be nice to be in Miami for the summer. Don't just say that and be like, okay, I'm going to start applying to summer internships in Miami. You want to think about that location. Miami may be expensive for housing in the summer. It's a hot spot, right? So what is it going to look like? Do you know anybody there that you could potentially stay with? Go online. We have so much available to us now online. You can go online and see, is there any subletting opportunities in the area that you might want to be in? So Miami is just an example. Nice place to be in the summer. You might be looking maybe at New York, or maybe you're looking at the place that your family's from because you're going back there after you graduate from law school. So think about all that. But tip number 1, thinking about a summer internship for 2022, think about location. Where do I want to be? And don't limit yourself to where your law school is. I'll talk a little bit more about why staying where your law school is might be advantageous, but it's not your only option. So first tip, summer 2022 internships, location. Think about location. Where do I want to be? All right, so second tip, be ready. If somebody says apply now, you need to be able to say less, I'm ready to go, right? So my second tip is have your application parts ready. Okay, different summer internships may ask for different things. Of course, you're going to need a resume. Of course, you're going to need a writing sample at this point if you're applying for legal internships, but be ready to go. And how do you do that? How do you be ready to go? If you see a job online or somebody tells you about a summer internship, how do you have your application ready to go right now? Okay, there's a few ways you can be ready to go. Have your resume updated and ready. 1Ls. I know I thought about this when I was a 1L. I was like, I want to write this resume. I want it to be good, but I don't have that much experience. Well, leverage skills. So if you don't have that much job experience, you can draft your resume in a way that leverages your skills, your education, any awards you received, obviously your grades, if you're on law review, all of those things you can leverage at the top: education, skills, experiences. If you did internships in college, put that down. If you had jobs before law school, put that down, but tweak your resume to tailor to having a legal internship. What are skills that the law firm or the government agency might be looking for that not might not be specific, that you might not have had specific legal jobs before, but you can tailor your resume to say, hey, did research before, I'm reliable, dependable, all things like that. Those adjectives that you want to use in your resume. Make sure your resume is up to date, and make sure your resume is geared towards getting a legal internship. So if the only resume you have is the one that you use to apply to your Bank of America job before you start law school, you need to make sure that you take a look at that resume and see how you can update it to tweak it to tailor it to the job that you're trying to get now, which is a legal internship. So have your resume updated. That's how you can be application ready. Two, also start talking to your professors now. If you have a favorite professor or somebody that you're TAing for, that you know can write you a good letter of recommendation. It's January now. Start working on that now so that you can say, hey, I have at least these 2 letters of recommendations that I can pull out at any time. I have a hard copy and I have a digital copy that I can email, mail off, whatever I need to do. I have those ready. Professors are busy, y'all, and you have to think, if you're looking for a legal internship, so are the other people in your class, and those people are asking for recommendations too. So you want to be at the front of that line. If you're asking a professor for a recommendation, start now. Get that now so you have it and you don't have to scramble at the last minute if you see a job that you want. Now they ask for a letter of recommendation, and now you have to pressure a professor, hey, can I get this by the end of the week? Might not be able to do that. So get those letters of recommendation now. Start asking your professors to do that. Some people like you to write it and then they kind of tweak it and sign it. So figure out who you want to ask and get those in hand. And next, how to be application ready. Have your writing sample ready to go. 1Ls, this may be a little bit more difficult for you. Maybe you are doing your first 1L legal writing courses now where you had to write a brief in your first semester. You can use that. If you don't have something, think about what you can do to make a writing sample, even if you just have to draft something. Most of the jobs that you're going to be applying for, legal internships, are going to require a writing sample. That's how they, can evaluate you at this point in your career while you're still a law student. Are you a good writer? Are you a good researcher? So look back at the work that you've done this semester or last semester and see if you have a good writing sample. Take a look at it. I always say, if you submitted something and you've gotten a grade back on it and your professor has given you feedback, tweak the writing sample to incorporate that feedback. So what you're presenting to a potential employer for a summer internship is the best that you have to offer. So like I said, be application ready. If somebody says apply for this job, you say less. I have my application ready to go. I have my updated resume, my recommendations, and my writing sample. Okay, tip number 3 for finding your summer legal internship is to use your law school resources. You are right there. You are a law student at your law school. Most law schools have a career and development center or department, and as part of that, they have an online database where they have jobs and internships that are available for students to apply to. UDC, I know, uses Simplicity, so you can go online and check out Simplicity and see the jobs that are available. A lot of times, alumni from your law school will post jobs on their internships when they're looking for to hire. They come back to their alma mater and hire from within. So that could be an advantage for you. So use your resources. First, I would, if I'm looking for an internship, whether you're looking to stay in the city that your law school is in or go somewhere else for the summer, a lot of times your law school database will not just have jobs in that city, but jobs other places as well. So start there. Go online. These jobs are listed on your law school. Like I said, UDC, where I went, uses Simplicity. I know a lot of other law schools do. I think South Texas does as well for their job career database online. So go check that out. Do it today. It's January. There is time. Now is the time. So if you're watching this video, go to your computer and see your career and development department for your law school. See what jobs they have on there. They might have great internships, paid internships, things that you're really interested in. So use that resource. Don't pass that up. All right, fourth tip. This is going to sound kind of cliche, and some of you may already know what I'm going to say, but it's not what you know. A lot of times it's who you know. So this kind of ties into tip number 3, use your resources by using your law school's online job database. Also, reach out to alumni. So in your law school, if you're a 1L or 2L, maybe you know 3Ls, people who have graduated from the law school. They may have started their own law firms. They may have joined other law firms. Reach out to them, even if you feel like it's cold calling or cold emailing. They're alumni. You are at the law school, so you already have that connection. So use that, especially if you have relationships with people who may have graduated already and moved on to start their own businesses, start their own law firms, or join other law firms or work for government agencies. Reach out to them and see if they know about internships. They may be able to put a good word in for you, move your resume or application to the top of the list. You never know. Or maybe they're the person interviewing and it's just perfect timing. Hey, I'm looking for an internship. Here's my experience, or this is what I'm looking for. Would you mind pointing me in the right direction? Or do you have anything available, or where you're working, are there any internships available that I can apply to? You never know. Use those resources and you may catapult yourself into a great position just by the connection of that person being an alumni from your law school and you being a current law student there. And the 5th tip, y'all, is stay ready for interviews. Be interview ready. With COVID going on this past year and a half, I want to say almost 2 years now, it has been different. Now people are not interviewing in person. You're interviewing via Zoom. You may be a little rusty. Maybe you haven't done an interview in a long time. Make sure you stay ready. I always say do a little practice interview, mock interview with your friends, maybe people in your study group. You can kind of mock interview each other and make sure you're ready, because you can get rusty if you haven't been interviewed in a long time, or if you've never had an interview before where it's a formal interview and those questions are being fired at you. It can be kind of an uncomfortable situation. So you don't want the first time that you're kind of experiencing that to be in the interview for the job that you want for the summer. So I just say be interview ready. Maybe you want to read some articles on interview questions specifically tailored to the legal industry, or you may want to talk to some, if you're a 1L, talk to some 2L and 3Ls about their interview process for internships. See if somebody will do a mock interview with you, and just get comfortable talking about what your job experience is, what you think you may have to offer as a legal intern. That might be a new question for you 1Ls. That might be the first time that somebody is asking you, what can you offer the law firm? You want to think about that question before you get in the interview. So tip number 5, be interview ready. Might do a follow-up video on that, because I think interviews are something that we don't really get taught in law school, right? Nobody's teaching in class on how to interview well. It may be something that never comes up. So comment below if you would like some tips on interviewing. I have been in the interview seat, the one being interviewed, and I have been the one interviewing as a lawyer at the law firms that I've worked at. So I can give some information on that. So if you want to see some content about interview tips as we enter into the summer and you guys are applying for legal internships, comment below. Me and Larita would be happy to provide some information on that. So we have our 5 tips. If you are planning on working this summer in a legal internship, start now. Start now. Don't procrastinate. I know I'm the queen of procrastination, but don't procrastinate. there are jobs coming up every day. I actually just went online yesterday and Googled legal internships, and I saw things popping up that have been posted within the past couple of days. A lot of companies, now that we're starting the new year, are starting to post their legal internships now. So if you're applying to stuff online, there are thousands of people that might be applying to that same job. So you want to be on it. You can actually put alerts on Google to alert you when new jobs in the category that you search come up. So you might want to put that alert on so you're on it. Like I said, be application ready. You see something you want, go ahead and apply for it. I wish you guys the best of luck. I hope you have great summer internships, and I'll see you next time on TXT Tells All.